Good morning everyone and welcome back to Northern Thailand, and what a beautiful morning it is. We're starting the day at somewhere beautiful, as you can see, but we are going to some even more beautiful places in the next few days and in this video. Good morning and welcome back to another adventure here in Northern Thailand on our road trip around the provinces of Chiang Rai, Mae Hong Son and Chiang Mai. And in this video we're going to go deep into Mae Hong Son. We've awoken in quite a beautiful spot, haven't we? After enjoying a beautiful morning and some more coffee, it was time to pack up my motorcycle and continue the journey. I don't know what happened last night, but I've either punched myself in the face or I have some kind of weird underlying infection or irritation under my eye, so that's why I look like I've been punched. It just feels really puffy and inflamed. Fully caffeinated, I was still in desperate need of a hearty breakfast, and luckily I found this beautiful noodle spot right on the edge of the hills itself. These noodles were delicious. 60 baht and a delicious broth, meatballs, noodles, vegetables, boiled eggs, and a $1 billion view. I mean, how could you go wrong with a place like this for breakfast? I did my usual staring at Google Maps to see if there's anything interesting that I haven't been to before, and there are 3 caves not far from here, so I decided to go find one of them. And nearby this beautiful red-roofed Burmese temple, I found the entrance to one of the caves, and this is one of the most interesting places I've ever been.
So I made it to a little ranger station just before the cave, parked up. There was a guide there, he spoke English. He said there was 3 different caves I could go to. Coral Cave was 200 baht, and he gave me a spot to keep my bag and my helmet, because I thought we were going to walk to the cave, but no, there's a little drive first, and I think that's my guide in front on the bike. I tell you what, whether this cave is worth 200 baht or not is beside the fact that this little village is heaven on earth. It's the most beautiful little village I've ever driven through.
Turning into quite the adventure. I don't think he speaks much English, but who cares? Oh, thank you. Lots of surprises await you in there. There was a few massive spiders. I didn't film them because they were horrific, but that was right at the very end. If you do come here, highly recommend it. Definitely worth 200 baht. It's a hike. It's a hike. You just hike and you keep going and you keep going and you go deeper and deeper, and it's beautiful. But then you start to think, when are we going to turn around? Because we've been going for a long time. A long time, 45-minute hike, and then we arrived at the staircase back to the entrance of the cave. I didn't feel like we turned around at any point, so we must have done a little loop. Guided, you 1000% need a guide. If you were in there and your torch broke or ran out of battery, you're gone, you're lost forever. The morning could not have gone any better. A beautiful sunrise, amazing breakfast, coffee, views, this cave experience which I'll never forget, and a beautiful drive up the mountains towards a gorgeous lake. I mean, at some points during the next segment of the video, you'll probably think, bloody hell, is Paddy in Switzerland or something? Up here in Mae Hong Son, you can find some of the most unique destinations in the whole country of Thailand. We made it. Okie dokie. We made it. We made it all the way up to the beautiful Pang Ung. Now, I have been here before, but it's been years. It's been, I think, maybe 6-7 years since I was last here. It's a beautiful lake surrounded by pine trees and beautiful mountains, and there's a little village here. And last time I stayed here, I camped in the national park, and you can literally camp right on the water's edge, and it's incredible. But just outside of the lake is this nice little village, and I suspected, and this suspicion has turned into truth that I would be stinking by this point, and I would need a really good hot shower and a place hopefully to do a little bit of laundry. Plus the lake really is best enjoyed in the morning, and I can just go for a nice walk and share with you the lake at sunset and as well at sunrise, when hopefully there will be a beautiful mist on the water's edge. But since it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we've got a long time till golden hour. I feel like I'm just going to have a nice hot shower and have a rest. It's been quite a beautiful drive, but quite a tiring drive up that mountain. And I could go to Ban Rak Thai as well, the Chinese village. That's very popular. That's not too far from here. Maybe we'll go there later. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. So my room didn't have hot water. There's a gas machine thing and it's run out of gas, so they've gone to the village to buy some more gas. So I just thought we would go for a little walk around the lake. So when I stayed here last, it looked exactly the same. There's a few extra little buildings here and there, but fundamentally it's a beautiful campsite in these beautiful pine tree forests. There are like VIP cabins which you can book ahead of time. There's a little cafe there now, so people can get their eggs and toast and coffee and stuff. And the town itself, the little village I should say, it's more like a little street lined with restaurants, places to stay, guest houses, and places you can get little knickknacks and souvenirs. And lots of fun memories coming back to me. This is the ranger station coming. This is where, if you are a solo traveller, or not, but you want to camp here, this is where you would drive up and pay for the tent, pay for the sleeping bag. Because if you're like me, you probably don't travel with camping equipment. But a lot of the Thai people do. A lot of Thai people will drive up from Bangkok or anywhere in their big SUV, in their big pickup truck, and they'll have all their camping equipment. It's a bit difficult for us foreigners coming to Thailand, packing all that stuff. I remember driving up here one weary day after a long drive on good old Dreamy, and I parked up, I paid the fee, I got a guy to give me a tent. Actually, I think it was already made and I just had to go in there with the sleeping bag and stuff, and I was able to choose which one I wanted, and I got one right at the front of the water's edge. And just like last time I was here, there are Thai people with much nicer camping setups. I mean, some of the stuff they've got here is very, very nice. And they're all cooking their tea, they're all having food and drinks. And then in the evening, it's so beautiful. The stars up here are outrageous. We are so high. We are very high up. I mean, look, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it's 21 Celsius. You know, it's going to drop considerably during the night. And at this time of year, like I said before, there should be a beautiful mist on the lake. Now, I could go on a lake bamboo raft. I've never done that before. I'll definitely do it while I'm here, but I don't know if I'll do it this afternoon or in the morning, in the moody atmospheric mist. We'll see how I feel. What a spot. What an absolute beautiful spot. This afternoon, as I was driving here, I stopped at one of the viewpoints just to have a coffee and admire the view. But I bumped into a couple of subscribers, some really cool people from Italy. And here's a beautiful selfie that we took. And they were really cool. And I was talking to them. I said, oh, where have you been? Where are you going? And they said that they camped at Pang Ung. And I said, oh, did you see the swans? And they said, no. And I was like, oh, no, I hope the swans are not dead. But thankfully, they're still here. There's a breeding pair of swans, and I heard a rumour that the Queen of England donated them. And they're still here. They just live on the far side, inside the national park. I paid 100 baht to come in here because I'm not going to camp, but it's just a lovely place to walk and see and relive some memories. There's also a nature trail that goes over the other side of the lake, and it actually goes into Myanmar, it goes into Burma. And me and my friends, we went on a little expedition one time to see if we could, on Google Maps, appear in Burma. And we did. And we even got text messages saying, welcome to Burma, and you know how to get data. So yeah, look, if you do rock up out of the blue, don't worry, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to get inside the tent. Actually, looks like the ranger would come and unlock it. This is actually locked, but you can see they've got like a little bedding, a nice thick mattress, 2 pillows. There's a little tarp as well at the front so you can put your muddy shoes. And you would normally have to go to the little village to get dinner. You're not allowed to cook on a fire, open fire, here. The Thai people who are cooking, they've got a very good setup with a table and gas cookers. Look at this really minimalistic camping setup. He's got a tarp, he's got like a lie flat bed, a deck chair, place to put his feet, a little table with a flask. I really like his style. Whoever this is, very cool. Back at the village, it was getting towards dinner time and I was getting hungry. The little town itself has a few bars, a few little restaurants and things. Just have a walk around and you'll find something that suits your fancy. I found this place, just did simple Thai food, and I ordered the usual pak kapow and a Thai omelette. It wasn't very good. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed. It was oily and it didn't have much chili in it. But it'll do. Once the sun had gone down, I decided to have a few drinks. I got myself some Japanese soju, some ice, a little bit of soda water, and had an early night because we were going to get up really early, because the highlight of coming all the way up here is to experience the lake at sunrise, as you'll see. It's cold. You can see the lake behind me. Looks like there's a bit of mist forming as the temperature starts to rise because the sun is coming up. Here? Okay, so it's 150 baht per ride, not per person. So we're in business. I've never done this before. There are the swans hiding in the distance. I bloody love Northern Thailand, I tell you that. My guy's going straight back out. He's going straight back out right now. Good little money earner, 150 baht, and then the fish food was 20 baht extra. And then it took about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes max. Nice and quiet, nice and peaceful. And the morning sun is just coming on and hitting the top of the rainforest. It is stunningly beautiful, and as we were going on the boat we could see all the people who've got the little houses in the national park having their breakfast. I saw the people in the campsites making their tea and their coffee. I think I'm going to hang around a little bit longer and just enjoy the morning sun coming through the forest.
Yeah, no, but focus on this and then focus behind.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's
Okay, just had a beautiful morning, relaxing, exploring, and making friends. And just come up to the water's edge one last time to just breathe in that fresh air, feel that beautiful sun, and say goodbye to Pang Ung, this beautiful, beautiful, magical part of Thailand. And we're going to turn around and we're going to head back down the mountains and head towards Mae Hong Son itself. And I'm sure there's lots of surprises awaiting us. Some beautiful locations. This really is one of the most amazing provinces in Thailand, especially in the months of November, December, and into January when it's cooler and the skies are blue. It's just magical, isn't it? Really, just leaves me speechless, honestly. So let's continue and let's see if we can find the right words at some point to describe this magical place. I'm just coming back down the mountain and there's a beautiful bamboo bridge that goes over these, I think they're peanut farms, and it's very typical to find bamboo bridges like this in the villages in northern Thailand. But that reminded me that not far from here, on the way down to Mae Hong Son, I think is Thailand's longest bamboo bridge, and it's really beautiful, so I'll take you there because it's quite the sight. Okay, it's good to revisit places because sometimes when you go back, they improved and they get nicer and there's more facilities. But this place, unfortunately, I think has suffered. I think the floods have damaged this entire valley. Back a few months ago, we had the most amount of rainfall on record, I think, for 50 years, especially in Chiang Mai. But it's definitely been affecting Mae Hong Son. I've seen flashes of storm damage and flooding damage, especially in the valleys. And this one just looks like there's so much mud and sediment and sand that's been brought down here during the rains, because this used to be pristine rice fields. And I know it's maybe not the right time of year, but normally it's still not covered in sand like this, and it's all overgrown. It's almost like they haven't been able to keep on top of it. And I think it's probably something to do with the flooding. And there used to be decorations. A lot of it seems to be knocked down. So I'm going to leave some money in the donation box, and I hope that they can bounce back and bring this bridge back to its former glory, because it's still really pretty. But yeah. Mae Hong Son town is only 10 minutes from this bamboo bridge, and so I checked into my hotel. I booked 2 nights here because I haven't actually booked 2 nights in a row for the past 10 nights on this road trip. All the way from Bangkok to here, I've been staying in places one night after one night, which hasn't really given me enough time to do some important things. Bad smell. This is a beautiful little town, but you can't fly your drone here because the airport is right in the middle of the town. So let me walk up to the temple to give you a bird's eye view of just how beautiful this little village is. Come on. It's quite a fat dog. so I don't really think he's up for coming up the stairs with me. It's been non-stop day after day, drive after drive, early morning sunrise after sunrise, so pretty good day to choose to have a rest day. Tomorrow I'm just going to stay in Mae Hong Son. Up this staircase is a beautiful temple. Normally I drive up, but not today. I think another maybe reason for my lack of energy today, or the lull that I'm feeling, was a little bit backed up by the, just driving into Mae Hong Son. I have so many special memories in this town. Traveling through here, doing Mae Hong Son loops on Dreamy with friends. And I always tell people how lovely and quaint this town is, but it doesn't seem to have done very well since COVID. And a lot of the businesses are closed. My favourite restaurant, out of business. My favourite breakfast buffet place, cafe by the lake, closed. We'll go down to the night market in the evening, and hopefully that's still going strong. But I mean, even this temple, like normally temples in Thailand are immaculate. All the monks, they keep everything, all the grounds immaculate, but there's all the leaves, all the plants leading up to the staircase are all died, and there's just a little bit of trash, and just not a lot of care and love, which is quite easy to notice in Thailand, because normally everything is immaculate, especially an ancient historical town. I'll show you the incredible view and this pagoda in a second, but there's a little place I want to show you first. I found what I was looking for. Doesn't seem like what it used to be. This is a Mae Hong Son memorial to foreigners who passed away. I don't know for certain. Some of them may have died just somewhere else. But these people here, John, Tom, Keith, Simon, Veronica, and a few other people here, they have this shrine with their name. And I think that's new. But I do remember it being a bit bigger, and I remember it being not a building site here. But there we go. Let's go look at the Chedi. Let's look at the town. There used to be a really gorgeous wooden temple right here, but it seems as though they've knocked it down. Look, I won't lie to you, I was a little bit down in the dumps when I got to Mae Hong Son. It was pretty much the end point for this road trip, and I've been really looking forward to coming back up here, but it's still absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at these views down into the town. You can see the airport and the runway and the distant mountains. But yeah, you'll feel it if you get there. It's suffered, and I really hope it bounces back. The temple, still the best spot to get the sunset, and I joined a few other people, made some friends, and we were treated with an absolutely incredible sunset. Thankfully, the night market, the walking street, and all of the food down by the lake in the centre of town is still going, and it's still bustling. There was loads of people down here, loads of sellers, lots of food, drinks, bars, and a magical temple. This is still the highlight of the town, and so I was really glad, really relieved that it was still going strong. Beautiful. So Mae Hong Son and this epic road trip all the way from Bangkok through the provinces, up into the mountains, up and around Chiang Mai, Chiang Dao, Chiang Rai, and over eventually to Mae Hong Son. It's been an incredible road trip. The weather didn't really want to play, so as you can see here, the next few days it did nothing but rain and storm, and so I had to call an early end to the northern road trip. I'll explain more in next week's video because I'm getting back on Zelda, but we'll be going in a completely different direction this time. So stay tuned for the next video, the next installment of our road trip adventures in Thailand. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, hit like, leave me a comment. I'll make sure to get back to every single one of you this week, and thanks for watching.